Thanks for tuning in to Born to Ride TV, the longest running biker TV show in the world. This week, it's the Cherokee Blue Ridge Run, and motorcycle guru Bob Kay gives us his take on why this is the rally to put on your bucket list. Then Reverend Jim sets the record straight on the Master Bike Builder show at the Gibtown Bike Fest. And Dr. Paul Bearer takes us back to Quaker Steak and Lube for more Halloween fun. All this and more here on Born to Ride.
Born to Ride TV, and we're here at the Cherokee Blue Ridge Run in beautiful Cherokee, North Carolina. This event this year has been unbelievable, outstanding. The roads to ride in this area are astonishing as well too. But talking here a moment with Bob Kay, and Bob Kay brought a lot to the table to this rally. And Bob, you're a Renaissance man, you're an entrepreneur, you're just an icon in the motorcycle industry, and you have been for many, many years.
Yeah, you know, one thing that why I'm behind this rally is Mark Cresswell, been a long-time friend, and he wants to put a rally together that's family friendly, but also something that celebrates all the traditions of the bike rallies, all the good parts. And there's so many promoters these days that thinks you can put on a band, sell some beer, and you got a rally and some bikers will show up. Well, that's not really the case. I mean, I've had people come through the door today for our bike show part of the rally and just talk about how great it is to have a rally with the level of bike shows, with the Perowitz bike show, with the AMD bike show. People want to see that, and promoters are missing that. Well, Mark has put together a team, myself and Jay Allen, and of course the support we get from the Cherokee Nation. And really, for our second year back, this used to be an old rally. It's really growing. We've surpassed last year's numbers, the inaugural year back. Everybody's having a great time. The band's good music. It just has a really good vibe to the whole rally.
It definitely has a Bob Kay touch to it. You bring a lot of culture to a motorcycle rally. And when you say a bike show, this is a over-the-top bike show. When your name's involved, they come to the show.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. But again, it's that commitment to the builders. You know, if we don't have builders pushing the limits of creativity and functionality with the motorcycles, we don't have bike shows. Well, we have to support them, you know, so they continue to do that and surprise us. And also so we supply the OEMs with some really great ideas and innovation for the future.
We have Bell Helmet here today. They're doing pinstriping on helmets. That demonstration really has been a wow for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, how many rallies have you gone to where you can actually learn how to pinstripe? We have Taylor Schultz from Schultz Designs doing pinstriping classes. Bell supported us. They're sponsoring the pinstriping classes. They provided us with the Bell 500 helmets, as well as children's skateboard helmets. So again, being family friendly, we want to get the kids in here. we really want to get them involved, because for us to grow as an industry, it's getting those young kids in there at an early age, not just buy them a Strider or a small motorcycle, but give them a wrench, teach them how to get involved, and you know, get that motorcycle feeling inside them. We need to have this multifaceted type event. So a bike show isn't just the bikes, it's moto art. So we have Heidi Zunbrunn in from LA. She came in with her collection, which has been just fantastic. People are loving it. Endo Mikado doing his chopstick paintbrushes. We've worked with Endo for quite a time. The Indian Tribe Nation, the chief and everybody, they loved Endo, so they wanted him to come back again this year. We got somebody that makes handmade jewelry, Hellbent Leathers with their creations, and working and letting people actually do some engraving in the leather and stuff. So that's what it takes for a successful event these days.
Tell us about the races now, motorcycle races.
Well, and again, that's part of Mark Cresswell's vision, in that he wants it fully encompassing. The other part of this, besides the multifaceted events and the bike show showcase, is it's Class C racing. Class C racing is roundy round racing. Go down the end, take a left. There's hooligan racing now, there's AFT racing, there's Harley racing. What's special about Class C racing is it's American. You know, road racing comes from the GP racing from Europe, the motocross and all that, but there's nothing more American than Class C. And again, that commitment from the Cherokee Nation to allow Mark to build a track and have that come off here. They're even talking about a springtime event maybe, and more racing, and just really a commitment to motorcycles as a sovereign nation, which is pretty neat. You won't get that anywhere else.
Born to Ride is a multimedia marketing and promotional machine with TV, magazines, streaming radio, and internet advertising opportunities. There are tens of thousands of motorcycles. We reach the people who ride them. Born to Ride. Find out more at borntoride.com.
Probably the final factor in the success and the future success of it is how welcoming they are to the biker community. There's other communities where the biker rallies exist, but they're not really welcome. It makes it tough to get around. You know, you don't get treated with the respect of just a human respect, you know, never mind bikers or anything. But not the case in Cherokee. The chief has come down to the bike show. In fact, last night, after we closed the doors, he stayed for another hour just talking to the builders. He's a gearhead himself. He loves what's going on here. So just all this stuff going on, you know, the High Wire Act, everything is just, you know, it's pretty impressive for a second year. Probably the only problems we're going to have is where to go when we grow so big, you know. There is limited space here, but I'm sure they'll come up with something. For a one-day pass, it's $15. For all the music, the bike shows, the AMC Wall of Death, all the entertainment, the vendors on the fairway, but that also includes a $20 voucher for the casino. So, I mean, it's like I said, everybody is welcome. They just want everybody to have a good time when they're here and come back next year with a couple more friends to help us grow. That $15 that you get not only includes that $20 voucher, but it includes access to the races. So I don't know any other rally where you can get that kind of deal. Everything is usually separate, but not here at Cherokee. We just want everyone to have a good time.
A $20 voucher to that casino? Woo, I could double that.
That's what everybody thinks.
And Bob, there's another guy that's an important part of this whole arsenal that you have here is Jay Allen. Look at Jay Allen out there.
Absolutely. Jay and Mark and I are buddies from way past. We've all been in this industry for decades. And to work together with a dedicated team, Jay has just come off the Bonneville Soft Flats. He's just such good energy going around. He's not a great MC. From his years of developing the Broken Spoke and working with everybody and custom builders, he had such an energy to the show, and he's making sure everybody is covered. The sponsors, the vendors. He's out there talking with people, interviewing. And, speaking of Jay, we can't forget Grease and Gears. Cycle Source has been running Grease and Gears in the exhibition hall with the bike show all weekend, and we did an interview with Jay Allen. They did an interview with Dave Perowitz, and then they got some of our builders coming up and doing demonstrations on suspension, welding, all kinds of just great stuff going on. If you're bored at Cherokee, it's your problem. There's so much to do here and enjoy. Right down to our AMD show. Let's not forget that. The AMD World Championship that was held in Sturgis for years and years is now held in Germany. So again, the commitment from the Cherokee Nation to actually allow me to send a builder from here directly to Germany, and they're paying for the flight, the shipping of the bike, and the hotel rooms. So we have Team America. Every 2 years that show goes off, and we're going to send somebody from here every year. So it's just, again, people that have that vision and foresight of what the future can bring. It's just overwhelming here, and everybody, the staff on the grounds, different people from the tribal nation, they're all here being so supportive and helpful.
Bob, the demo rides are here also. We've got the slingshot demo rides. Yamaha was out with some bikes demo riding, but you know where they're demo riding is some of the most beautiful roads this country has to offer. The surrounding area is phenomenal.
Absolutely. I've ridden the Blue Ridge many times, and the roads, they're nice. They're and they're very controllable. I mean, it's not like you got to go crazy. There's not people trying to pass you and push you off. Everybody's very respectful on the roads, and it really, truly is some of the best riding. But also the destinations you have to get there. It's through the mountains. There's no highways connecting it. Once you enter the Blue Ridge, you're in like this special world. But what it really comes down to is riding. You go out, spend your evenings or your afternoons at the show, go out do riding. You spend 3 or 4 days here. You're just going to have such wonderful memories to talk about, and see probably the prettiest country in the prettiest areas in the whole country right now.
So tell them, if they're not having a good time, what's the problem?
Them. Really just come on down. It's hard to explain how great it is, and especially at this stage of growth and everything, it's fantastic, and don't miss it next year. Be here or be square.
I'm Kevin Mack from Counting Cars on the History Channel.
I'm Danny, a.k.a. the Count Coker, and you are watching Born to Ride TV. Stay tuned. Woo! Oh, yeah.
Cherokee Blue Ridge Run here today. I'm standing here with Dustin Maven, incredible fabricator. Fabricator, we like to say the stars, builds cars for guys in the motorcycle industry. Brian Clock, I think you're doing a car for amazing work. We gotta follow him on Instagram. He built an all sheet metal, all custom framed bagger, brought it in here, and I think you ride this on the street, don't you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, when he has time. Tell us about the bike.
So it's just an all-metal bagger. I built it from scratch. Hand-built chassis. Everything's TIG welded. The frame's all DOM tubing, of course. The sheet metal's 16-gauge steel. I did all the paint, the airbrushing, and the pinstriping. Machined all the parts that's obvious. I machined like the grip, the shifter control, the spikes, things of that effect. And then ride controller built the app, and it's completely controlled from the iPad, so there's no switches on the bike. So the iPad starts, stops it, airs it up, airs it down, raises the bag lids, and that's a pretty cool thing that ride controller did. So I wanted to build a bagger that way your choppers are built. So for all intents and purposes, it's a chopper with saddlebags. So, you know, I just wanted to build a bagger like that. I built a lot of choppers, so that was just my idea behind it. You know, keep it all metal, and just, it's basically a chopper with saddlebags for all intents and purposes. Worked on it on and off for a while, so it's hard to say, but it can take a while.
That's a dedicated passion you have there.
Yeah, I love the pursuit of craftsmanship. That's probably my favorite thing, and sharing that with people, I love sharing that. So that's probably my favorite thing of the whole deal.
I was going to ask you, what is your passion there to do what you do? What inspires you?
Just the craftsmanship in general. I think it's kind of a dying art. A lot of people spend too much time on their cell phones, younger generation and stuff, and people are losing the art of just taking a flat piece of metal and making something, or picking up a paint gun or an airbrush, keeping that alive. That's probably my favorite part, you know. Just learning, you know, every day, just trying to learn something new, you know. I got some really good guys. I've been fortunate to have a lot of people that's really inspired me and helped me over the years. So I've been around a group of great craftsmen myself.
And how do they get in touch with you, get more information for you?
The best thing to do is probably follow me on Instagram at Dustin Maven. Shoot me a private message over there. You know, that's probably the best way. So.
My name is Makoto Endo. Our web page is www.makotoendo.net.
These are photographs I've been taking for probably about the last 3, maybe 4 years, and it's a lot of different motorcycle builders, races. I think a combination of wheels and waves, Babes Ride Out, Hell on Wheels Motorcycle Club in Los Angeles, and multiple different motorcycle rides and rallies. I ride a motorcycle myself, and I also surf, so I photograph a lot of I've just naturally progressed to where my photographs are photographing the things that I love, and the craftspeople behind the things that I love. I love watching, you know, I think the difference is just how long you've been photographing. I think that makes a difference. And also, I like that it's it's my lifestyle. I think that makes a different kind of connection. Sometimes, not always, but I think in my case, that's what I love about it. So being at the events and when people are actually in the middle of something that they have passionate about, it's easier, at least for me, to get that feeling and be able to talk to them, and they're in the moment. So we're actually at the races where they're in the middle of doing something that they love, and I think that's the way, I think the easiest way to get somebody's true passion to come out in a photograph. If you're there in the right moment and you know to catch that moment. Because you can shoot a million photographs, there can be 10 photographers taking the same photograph, but there's that split second. Maybe it's luck, maybe it's, I don't know, skill, practice, whatever. Could just be a lot of luck. I think the best way is through Instagram. I keep my Instagram really current if you want to see what I'm photographing, what events I'm at, and that's at Heidi Zumbren, or at Heidi Zumbren, so Heidi ZUM as in Mary, BRUN as in Nancy. I think this rally is really great. Number one thing is it's beautiful here. I've never been to this area of the country, and I was blown away right when I got here. I haven't seen greenery, and roads are really well kept. It looks like a perfect place to ride. You can go, I think, 469 miles on this road, so that right there blew my mind, and I'd love to be able to come back and ride it more.
Hi, this is Chuck the Iceman Liddell, former UFC light heavyweight champ, and you're watching Born to Ride TV.
Hey, my name's Peyton Pruitt. We're from Savannah, Georgia. These are my kids, Reese Olivia. We call her Reese Lightning, and this is little Leland Pruitt. Our other little daughter, Lily, decided to stay home, but we're here from Savannah, Georgia to race. Jason Griffin was putting on a race today here for the Blue Ridge Run, I believe. And so we're up here to support Jason and have a good time on this little quarter-mile dirt track. My dad started me out when I was 4 years old, and I'm 43 now. My dad's over there, he's 63. And now I got my 3 kids doing it. And the thing about motorcycle racing, it is a pure family. And that's what it's always been about.
I feel like I'm just practicing with my cousins.
You like it? And what are you riding?
I'm riding a Yamaha. I'm riding a 65 and
KTM.
65 KTM, and my number is 24C. Well, it's kind of slick out there, but it's kind of fun. There's like some big dirt out there. It's just like large a little bit, but so we have to kick the dirt with our steel shoes so that it can get smooth and we can ride safe.
My name is David Aldana. I'm from Fayetteville, Georgia, and I'm here racing with Jason Griffin's promotions here. I rode the open vintage class on my 350 Honda, and I was very lucky. I got a good start and held all those kids back behind me for a few laps, 10 to be exact, and I got the checker flag. And I rode the plus 50 class. Even though I'm 69 years old, I only managed to get 4th in that one. So, you know, you can't win them all, but I am looking forward to coming back to Cherokee and having another race. Well, I think it's very important in the sense that it was grassroots racing for America back in the 1900s up until now. And it went through a peak there in the 1970s and 80s when the movie On Any Sunday came out in 1971. And it is coming back, and I must admit American Flat Track and being televised on NBC and Fans' Choice has brought a lot more attention to the profession. To see it coming back, how long it'll take for it to come back as strong as it was in the 70s, time will tell, but I think television and the way that social media is promoting it, just like yourself today, is going to help. But we've been very fortunate, and for us, Steve Moorhead and myself, to be able to give back to the profession that gave us the opportunity to see the country, and in my case, the world. I was fortunate enough to be on a couple World Championship teams, and I won World Championship races, and I got to see the world that a lot of people only dream about doing, and I was able to do that through motorcycles. So if you kids have aspirations of being a professional motorcycle racer, take good grades in school so you can really come to an agreement with a big, large, lucrative contract. And that only comes with a bit of intelligence and know-how. But like anything in life, you get out what you put into it. And I believe that the young kids today have aspirations of being a professional motorcycle racer. You start young, and you have to make sacrifices. This is not my first time to Cherokee. I came a couple more times because my wife loves to play the one-armed bandits up the road there. And so as long as I have money for her to spend on the slot machines, we'll keep coming back. But I think, like everything, it's going to take a little bit for it to grow, word of mouth. And like you said, it's a beautiful place to come to. The mountains, this time of the year, it's starting to cool down, if you can believe it. I may not look like I'm cooling down, but it is that part of the year where it's very nice and pleasant. Everybody come to Cherokee. My name is David Aldana, A-L-D-A-N-A, and if you want to see more of me, you can check out the movie On Any Sunday that was nominated for an Oscar in 1971, even though it didn't win, we were nominated. And another movie called The Thrill Is On, featuring myself. You can find those on YouTube probably, but look me up, have a laugh, enjoy motorcycles, and always ride safe.
If Instagram is your thing, we're there. We're everywhere. Follow us at #BornToRideMotorcycle Media, your #1 motorcycle resource.